Okay. Let's begin. So if you have a yoga block, have the yoga block in between your inner thighs like that. If you don't have a yoga block, join your feet together. If you have a tender back, keep your feet a little bit apart, but not wider than your hips. If you have a belt, take your belt. And we're going to use the belt. If you don't have one belt, you're just going to use your thumbs like that. So press your feet into the floor. Inhale, reach your arms up. If you don't have a belt, let the palms be facing each other. When you're up here, keep on breathing and draw the shoulders down. And then bring your arms back. And again, press your feet into the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, go over to the right. Come back to center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, go over to the left. Come back to center. One more time, over to the right and center and over to the left and center. Bring your arms back and down. If you have no belt, you're gonna bring your hands behind your back and you're gonna hook your thumb like that. With the belt, palms facing away from each other, roll your shoulders back and pull on the belt like that. So that you feel that the chest is spreading and the shoulder blades are firming in. Just for a moment, I'm gonna invite you again through the whole class to breathe through your nose and to find your diaphragmatic breath. After the short warm-up, we're gonna go with our hands again on the rib cage and chest to bring the attention to it. And then release. Now, without the belt, you're gonna just have your palms facing forward and the shoulders are pulling back and you're gonna pump. But imagine you pumping through some thick mud so that you like not just loose arms, but like imagine that you're pumping through thick mud. With the belt, palms facing forward, stomach deepens, pump. In 2, 3, 4, 5, X 2, 3, 4. Into stomach to the spine. Watch where your head is, push the back of the neck into the like an imaginary wall behind you. Watch out where the chin is so that you don't looking up or looking down. See that it's leveled. And then release. Bring your arms back forward with or without the belt. Reach your arms up. If you don't have a belt, hook your thumbs again on top of you. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head and the breastbone, not the hips. And bring it back to center. Inhale, lift up tall, turn your head and the ribs and bring it back to center and release your arms back and down. Put the belt away, put the block away. Have one hand on your chest, one hand on your rib cage area. And let's go to our diaphragmatic breathing. So bring your attention to your own breath. And see that only the lower hand is moving. So if it's not, then just bring it there so that you're not breathing up and down, but horizontal this way. And then take both hands on the lower part of your rib cage and see that you can help yourself to feel this area moving with the inhalation outwards. Not so much obviously than my hands right now. I'm just showing it. And then exhale, draw it back and in. Just a few times to bring attention to it. Inhale into this area, belly will rise as well, and exhale, draw it back and in. This area will always move with the breathing, but the lower stomach muscles we can pull in and up. So imagine like a tight jeans, which you're pulling the zipper up. So this is the action of the lower abdominals. The breath goes above it, so it's fine that the stomach goes out and in here a little bit on the top. All right, let's go down towards our mat. So have the chair somewhere in front of your mat like that. Come on your knees and then bring your right foot forward like that. See that you have a 90-degree angle and that there's space between the chair and the front foot. And we're going to just start with an opening of the hip flexor, front of the thigh, of the back thigh. So you're going to firm the buttock and keep the hips solid and straight to the front and bend forward like that. Watch out for your lower back, so pull your abs back in and then push into the floor and go back to straight. And then again, bring it forward, firm the buttocks. If you don't feel a stretch, you can always move your knee a little bit back. The idea is to feel like the front of the back thigh a stretch in there, keeping the pelvis from being uneven. So when you look at from the back, you don't want that the hips are crooked. So keep both hips. You can take your hands from on the hips. So when you move forward, that both hips are moving evenly forward. When you're forward, you firm the buttock muscles and firm the buttock forward towards the chair. Then push into the front leg and come back to straight. And we're going to repeat that one more time. Firm the buttocks, go forward. And then bring it back. Let's switch sides. Left leg forward. And again, stomach deepens. Firm both hips forward. Stay for a moment, feel the opening in the front of the back thigh. Come back to straight. And again, go forward from the buttock muscles in. And come back. And again, stomach deepens and go forward. And go back. Last one, from the buttock muscles, stomach in and go forward. And go back and bring it back down. Come up to standing. Push the chair for a moment a little bit out of the way and take your roll. So if you didn't do a roll yet, make a roll and put it at the end of the mat. Like that. And bring your feet on the roll. So it's like you're standing on high heels. Let me put that a little bit higher up. So feet are together. If you have a tender back today, open your feet up, otherwise keep them together. Lift your arms up to the ceiling and then bend the hips back behind the roll like that. Stomach towards the spine, arms are reaching that the back gets lengthened up. Push your feet into the floor, inhale and come up. Bring your arms back and down. And then we repeat, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sit back with your hips, bend the knees, bend in the ankles. Abs towards the spine. Hold this position, push the heels down, inhale and come up. And bring the arms back and down. Last one, inhale, reach arms up, sit back, stomach to the spine. Now this time reach your arms forward and height of your shoulders. Open your knees a little bit and go a little bit lower, but lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. Go as low as you can with your knees. Don't tip the hips down, keep them leaning forward. And then tip forward and walk forward into a plank pose. Shoulders away from the ears, look forward and not look down. Hold this plank pose. Open your feet a little wider. And then with your hips, move your hips up and back into a down dog. Really move your hips up and back. Bend the knees in case a little bit. Try it out if you see if you can. When you bend the knees, can you move your sit bones even higher up? And keep the knees maybe a little bit bent. And then go back forward. Bend the knees. Come down or bring your big toes together and sit back. If your knees are not so good, just back off a little bit, be here. Otherwise, sit low towards the heels. And we're going to repeat that. Come on your hands. With your shoulders over your hands, open your feet, tuck your toes under, lift your knees, lift your hips up. So don't push from the arms, but let the legs bring you into a down dog. Keep the knees either bent and move your sit bones up. If you can straighten the legs, straighten them, but make sure that your hamstring is extending and you're moving your sit bones up. Move with the weight away from your hands back towards your legs. Nose breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. Shift back forward, bring your knees down, big toes together, and sit back. If your knees allow, sit back on the heels. Otherwise, back off, keeping the stomach engaged. Last one. Come forward, shoulders over the hands, feet are opening up. Lift your knees first, lift your hips up and back. Down dog, bent legs, lifted hips, or straight legs, lifted hips. No tucked pelvis. I'm not interested in bringing the heels down today, but rather the sit bones up and the thighs back. Nose breathing, couple of rounds, strong arms, move your hips up and back. And again, go forward, plank position, bring the knees down, big toes touch, sit back wherever you can into a extension of the trunk, child's pose, or a rounded version of it. All right, we're gonna start with some Pilates. So have something for under your head, please. So a little bit elevation, like a flat tower. Something like that. And come down to lying. Shoulders on the floor, head is on the elevation. Bring your legs together, arms on the side, shoulders down. Bring your attention again to your breath. Bring it back down into your diaphragm. At the same time, press your feet into the floor and firm the buttock muscles in. So the buttock muscles are tightening in. From here, extend your right leg in the height of the left knee. Press the legs really into each other. Hold it. Can you just stay still here? Keep the lower back pulling towards the mat, so the lower stomach muscles pulling towards the spine, so that the spine gets closer towards the floor or completely to the floor, depending on your shape. And then lower the leg halfway down, press the legs into each other. Try not to move your pelvis. So go back to what I taught the last weeks, that we don't move the pelvis when we moving our legs. The pelvis stays settled on the floor and heavy. Lower down towards the ankle. If that with the pelvis doesn't ring a bell, go back to the recordings from the first 2 sessions. Stomach deepens. Bring the leg halfway up. Bring it up to the knee. Bend the leg and place your foot next to the left leg. Extend your left leg forward. Firm the glute muscles. Keep the inner thighs firm, stomach to the spine, and then gentle breath, quiet breath through the nose. Lengthen the left leg, bring it halfway down. Squeeze the inner thighs together, firm the glute muscles. Find a stillness in here because there's not much movement going on, but there's a lot of engagement, which you're going to need for the whole workout. Lower down to the ankle, glutes, inner thighs. The pelvis is heavy, the stomach engaged. Halfway up, back to the half of the calf. And then bring it up to the knee. And bend the knee in. Walk your feet a little bit towards your pelvis. Lift your hips up, bring your hands under your hips. Bring one leg in without shifting the pelvis. Bring the other leg in without shifting the pelvis and press your heels together. The knees are open like a frog. From here, we're gonna go on a 70-degree angle out. Heavy on the hips, stomach pulls to the spine. On an inhalation, stretch your legs long. If you feel your back off a little bit with bent legs. Exhale, bring your thighs into the chest. Look over here for a second. So watch me one time. I'm not interested in stretching out. And then when we're bending in, we're bending the legs like that. I'm not interested in bending my knees. I'm bending in my hips. Look at the difference. I'm moving the thigh bones towards my chest. It has nothing to do with like that, right? That's not going to engage our core muscles. So inhale, stretch out, heavy pelvis. Exhale, bring your thighs back into the chest. Knees are open, frog position. Inhale, stretch it out. Squeeze your seat muscles, inner thighs together. Exhale in. Same muscles are working here than before with one leg in the air. Inhale, stretch it out. Stomach deepens. Exhale, bring your thighs into the chest. Good, better. Inhale, squeeze it out. Stomach deepens. Exhale, bring it back and in. 5 more. Inhale, out. Exhale, bring it in. And we go for 4. And stomach in, bring it back and in. And 3. And pull back in. And 2. And bring it in. Last one, stay out and flex your ankle. Point your ankle. Flex and point. Firm the glutes, pull your stomach in. And 3. And 2. And 1. Bend the knees into a frog position in. Keep the pelvis stable, bring one foot down, the other foot down. Heels together, arms on the side. Lift your arms up from the floor, shoulders down. On an exhalation, curl up, look down. Keep the engagement of the lower abs. Look forward and then bring it back and down. Keep the arms hovering over the floor. On an exhalation, curl up, look down, stomach deepens. Nose breathing here. And bring it down. If your neck is fine, this is how you're going to do the whole 100. If you get tired at any time in your neck during this workout, just bring it down, continue with the head down and bring it back and down. Keep the arms in the air, one leg into the tabletop, the other leg into the tabletop. Keep the pelvis anchored, keep the stomach engaged, and then on an exhalation, curl up with your head or keep the head down and stretch the legs a little bit more on an angle. Maybe not completely straight, but a little bit on an angle. Palm, look down on your belly button. If you're new to Pilates or you have a tender back, keep it in a tabletop position for a couple of weeks. Give yourself space and time that your body gets used to it. In through the nose, X through the nose. In through the nose, X through the nose. See if you find some shoulder engagement, some widening of the chest, like in the beginning of class when we were having the hands pumping to the back. Last 5, exhale. And 4, firm the glute muscles, exhale. And 3, press the heels together, exhale. And 2, exhale. One more time. Exhale, stomach deepens, bend the knees. Bring your feet down, bring your head down. The next one you can do with or without weights. I'm going to show it with weights, but you're welcome to do it without weights. Keep the feet on the floor, bend legs, stomach towards the spine. I'm interested when you lift and bring the arms back that you keep the rib cage down on the pulling inwards so that it's not lifting up with the arms like that. So draw the stomach muscles in so that your ribcage doesn't puff up. And then bring your arms back forward. Exhale, curl up a few inches. Roll back down, stomach deepens. Extend the arms, stomach deepens. Bring the arms back up. Lift your head. Exhale, curl up. Look down on your belly button and then roll back down. 2 times more like that. Arms up. Stomach deepens, exhale, head up. Stomach deepens, roll back down. This is your last one. Arms up, head up, stomach deepens, curl up. And then either with your hands, walk yourself up, or without the hands, come to a straight position like that. Open your feet just a little bit. Point your feet. With or without weights, reach your arms forward. Press your thighs down strongly into the floor. Pull your stomach and reach up like somebody's pulling you up. Pull forward and up. And then bring it back to a straight position. So no leaning back, straight position. Pinch your seat. So the stomach muscles are firming in. You're pinching the seats. Press your thighs and stretch forward. So the legs stay activated. They're not letting you go. And then bring it back to straight. And again, pinch your seat. Stomach deepens. Exhale, reach forward and then bring it back. One more time, pinch your seat, stomach and reach forward. Now, while you're reaching forward, draw the shoulders down and hold it here for 5, stomach deepens, for 4, for 3, keep reaching up, but draw the shoulders down and bring your arms down and release. Roll back down to lying, keep the knees bent. Make sure that your hips are settled, that you're not moving them anymore. And then bend the right knee in, stretch it up. Let's go for the ankle flexion here. Straight legs or bent legs. whatever is available to you. Then point your foot up, press your arms down, rotate the leg out from the hip. On an exhalation, cross over the other leg and circle around. You go as big or small as long as this hip stays on the floor. So the left hip is solid, so the pelvis is stable. And we go for 4, stomach deepens, and we go for 5. Let's use the breath for the reverse. Inhale in the center, exhale, circle 1. Inhale in the center, exhale, circle 2. Inhale in the center, exhale up, 2 more. Inhale, stomach in, exhale up, and 5. Exhale up, bend the knee, pull the knee into your chest, stretch your left leg now out. Imagine you have 2 children sitting on your thigh, so press your thigh down and push through the left heel while you're bending the right knee into your chest. This foot is relaxed, so the bent leg foot is relaxed. And now bend the left leg in again, place it down, place your right foot down, align your feet in one line, and then bend the left leg in. Keep the pelvis heavy, stomach to the spine, stretch the leg, hold it behind, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. 2 more, stomach in. Point your foot, turn the leg out of the hip, press your arms down, roll your shoulders down to the floor, breathing through the nose, and we go crossing over first. Exhale 1, stomach in, exhale 2, exhale 3, and we go for 4. Stomach deepens, and 5. Reverse. Focus again that your pelvis doesn't move with the movement of the leg. And go 3. Exhale 4. And we go for 5. Bend the knee in, grab in front of the shin. Stretch your right leg out. Imagine 2 children are on your thigh. So press your thigh down, push through the heel. And then at the same time, exhale and bend the knee towards your shoulder. Bend the right leg, place your feet on the floor, roll over to the side. Come on hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Relax your toes. On an exhalation, stomach to the spine, round your back, look down towards your belly button. Stay here, shoulders away from the ears, and keep on breathing through the nose, keeping the stomach pulling up to the ceiling strongly so that we can get the back to spread. And look forward, pull with your hands on the floor, move your spine forward, get the tailbone back and the chest forward. We don't want to hang in our waistline, so you keep still the stomach engaged towards the spine. And then again, start from the abs. Abs are pulling in, drawing in on an exhalation. The head is following and looking down. And on an exhalation, chest forward, press your hands into the floor, and tailbone moves back. Last one, on an exhalation, round. Keep round. Tuck your toes under, look over for a moment that you can see me. We keep the round position, we lift just the knees a little bit, and we're moving back. We're doing that, it's on the reformer in Pilates, we have an exercise called the knee stretches. So this is the knee stretches, knees off. So let's start together. Hands under the shoulders, round your back, pull your stomach muscles in. That's important that the abs stay. Lift your knees just a little bit, really like 2 fingers maybe, and then shift back with the heel to the heels. Stay lifted with the knees, come back forward. The knees are off of the floor. Go back to the heels. And stomach in and bring it forward. We're hovering with the knees over the floor, back and forward. And we go 5 and forward. And we go 6, stomach in and forward. And 7 and 8. And then bring the knees back down, relax your toes and stretch. Come back to lying. Head back on your headrests. Bend both knees in. Stomach engage your hands in front of the thighs. Pull your stomach muscles in. And press your thighs into your hands, and the hands are resisting. Shoulders away from the ears, elbows are lifted. You should feel your stomach muscles engaging in the lower abs. And then keep on breathing through the nose. And then on an exhalation, curl up, look into your belly button. Last 10 here. Hold it for 8, for 7, for 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and bend both knees in. We're going to do for the crossover ones. Try to follow my directions without looking into me so that you can stay focused. You curl up into the same position, hands the same position like they were. Now extend your right arm towards your ear. So long arm next to your ear. Take your left hand over to your right thigh, continue pressing hand into leg, and extend your left leg on an angle out. The leg is higher than your chin. Look down into your belly button and curl higher. Hold it. Bring the leg back in, switch arms and legs. Right hand goes on the left leg, left arm goes next to your ear, and extend your right leg away from you. Curl a little bit higher. Firm the glutes, stomach deepens. And switch a little bit faster. Hold it, stomach in, look into your belly button. And switch. Stomach deepens, press the hand into the thigh. And bend the knee back in. Rest your neck for a moment. Look right, look left. If your neck is still bothering you a little bit, if that was already too much holdings, keep it down for the next one. Bring your right hand on the right ankle, left hand on the below the right knee, like that, and stretch your opposite leg out. Focus on the double breathing. Inhale on the right, inhale on the left, exhale on the right, exhale on the left. If you have that, don't think about it anymore, but go back to your muscles. So the abs are pulling in, the pelvis is heavy, the glute muscles are engaged, especially when we're stretching the leg out. So always on the extended leg. The head, if the head is up, you're looking into your belly button. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. In your own rhythm, two sets more. Last set. Finish on an exhalation. Bend both knees in. Head down for a moment. We go straight into the double leg stretch. Start with the head down. Heels together, frog position. Arms go towards the ears. Inhale, stretch arms and legs away from each other. The legs are on an angle up. Circle the arms, grab your ankles. Curl the head up if your neck is fine, and lower the legs if your back is fine. Exhale. When your back is tender or you just started again your practice, keep them a little bit higher. Exhale, bend. Look down on your belly button. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, circle and bend. Inhale, squeeze your seat muscles. When you stretch your legs long. 3 more. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. 1 more time. And exhale. Head goes down. Both legs go up. Hold with both hands the legs like that. Flex your feet for a moment and push your thighs into your hands. Really like push your thighs into your hands. Stomach deepens. Now point your feet again. Turn the legs a little bit out so that you can engage your glute muscles. Keep the arms up and bring the right leg towards your hands. Pick up your head, look into your belly button or keep the head down and pull it twice. Inhale on the right, inhale on the left. Exhale on the right, look down into your belly button, exhale on the left, and continue that way. Double breath. If your pelvis is solid and heavy, you can make the scissors bigger. If the pelvis is moving with your legs, make the movement smaller. If you don't know if your pelvis is moving, you notice this most of the time how your back is touching the mat. Or otherwise you have to do it next to the mirror to feel it maybe for a moment. The next time when you do it alone. Last one. And then bend the knees in. Feet come down, hips come up, hands under the hips, stomach towards the spine, legs in tabletop position. We're going to go for touching with the toes the floor, without that the belly lifts up. So the belly pulls in, you touch down, you bring it up. You touch down with the other leg, stomach in and bring it down. And go touch and touch. Double breath. Inhale right, inhale left, exhale right, exhale left. Check your neck, that your chin is in the right position. So lengthen your neck. You're welcome to lift the head up and look into your belly button. Touch and touch. 3 sets. Firming the seat, pulling the stomach in, letting the pelvis be heavy on your hands. Last one. And bend the knees in. Bring your feet down on the floor. Reach your arms to the side like a T. Keep the feet on the floor, stomach deepens. And then bring your legs to one side and turn the head to the other side. Abs in towards the spine. And come back to center. Inhale and exhale over to the other side. And come back to center. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, turn the head opposite to where the legs are going. Be gentle with the movement of the legs. Keep the stomach engaged. And bring it back to center. Last one, other side. And bring it back to center. We're going to go for crisscross, modified crisscross, hands behind your neck. Make sure that your pelvis doesn't move. So just bend the right leg in into an angle like that. Curl up, inhale. Don't push your neck, but rather rest your neck into your hands. And then from the upper stomach muscles, exhale, curl up and twist towards with the elbow reaching towards the bent knee. Don't bring the knee closer, just keep it there. And come back to center, elevate it. Exhale, second time. Inhale, center. Exhale, third time, stomach in, center. And 4, stomach in, center. Last one, 5. And center. Switch legs. Left leg tabletop. Exhale, stomach in, center. Think you're wringing the air. Exhale. Stomach to the spine. 3. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 5. And bring it back down. The second round of 5, we're going to move the upper body and the lower body. Watch me for one moment. It's going to be like that. In, out, in, out. So let's begin. You start in the same position and you come closer with the knee without lifting the pelvis. And then you extend when the body is in the center. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Stomach in. Exhale, 4. Pull back in. Exhale, 5. And bring it in. Let's switch. Head goes down for a moment. Left leg tabletop. Inhale, come up. Exhale, turn. Pull the knee in. Center, extend. Exhale, turn. Extend. Exhale, 3. Twist. Extend. 2 times more. Stomach in. One more time. And in and bring the leg down. Gently feet on the floor, stomach in, come up to sitting. Take your blanket, lift yourself up with your pelvis, open your legs like that. Sit a little bit elevated. Move your sit bones back. So move the flesh around the sit bones back. Now press your thighs down into the floor, pinch your seat to lift up, reach your arms forward, and then again. Exhale, stomach to the spine and reach up, 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 up. Push to the heels, strongly push to the heels. And then bring it back to center. Before you start, pinch your seat, press your thighs down, keep them. Exhale, stretch forward, pull your stomach muscles in and reach forward. Lift your chin up, don't look down, but rather forward, straight forward. And then bring it back. And again, pinch your seat, inhale, grow tall, exhale, stretch your spine away from your legs, away from the pelvis, but keep the pelvis heavy on the floor. And bring it back, last one, pinch your seat, exhale, stretch. Stomach deepens. Now draw the shoulders down, push through the heels, hold it here for 4, stomach in, for 3. Keep engaging the legs. And then bring it back and down. Take your blanket or whatever you have, like open it maybe up like this and put it in the center. like that. And bring your hands on the hips. Bring your right leg over and see that your foot is in line with the knee, and that the ankle is under the knee, so that you're not like in front. So check yourself a little bit out. Now from here, see that when we open the leg, sometimes the torso turns to turn towards the leg. So see if you can still be facing towards me. The hand, bring it inside to move the leg back and just be here for a moment. Stretch your arm maybe behind you like that. And then breathe for a moment so that we open this side and open that side opposite. So we're spreading kind of between the diagonal. Now from here, lift your left arm up to the ceiling. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bring the elbow down and stretch over like that. Bring the really like push down, that you're not shrinking too much, but push down to keep that elevated, that left side. And then come back to straight. Inhale, lift, press down with the forearm, that you're not collapsing on your right side, but keep elevated there. And bring it back to center. Inhale, lift, it's a side bend. And side bends are super important for a healthy spine. Bring your leg back down and we go straight to the other side. Align and then bring your hand inside first and take this arm to the side and bring it back so that the torso stays forward, that we can spread the chest again and at the same time open the leg. Take a few breaths through the nose, find your diaphragmatic breath again in here. And then lift your left arm up. Inhale, exhale, go on your forearm and lift over, press down into your leg so that you can lift that side up on the left and come back to center. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, go over. Notice also, sometimes one side is tighter than the other. And I'm talking about the waistline, but also about the groin area, the opening of the leg. Just notice it so that you get to know your body better in different side movements or single movements. And then bring it back to center and bring it back and down. Sit on the blanket now that you're a little bit cushioned. Gonna go to the back that you can see me better. And then walk up so that your heels are elevated. So the heels are elevated like that. Knees are open. I'm gonna show it from the side that you see where my back is. So we don't wanna hang. I lift myself as close as possible, shoulders down, stomach is towards the spine. From here, right leg up. Grab behind your knees, touch. Behind your knees, you're pulling the knees behind. And go left leg up. And bend. Stomach in right and bend. Lift your spine up. Don't let the spine collapse. Left and bend. You can repeat that process when you're like new to it, when you feel like that your hamstrings are tight. Just repeat that. Keep lifting the spine and repeat it. Otherwise, lift your feet both up, stretch both legs, and then open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Last one. Open and close. Bring your feet down. Soles of the feet together. Hold your ankles. Bring your feet close in and lift your spine up. Open your knees to the sides. Breathe. Just stay here for a moment. Keep opening the thighs to the sides and bring one hand to the side of the hip, the other hand to the side of the hip, and lift yourself up. At the same time, release your legs to the sides. Take a few breaths again through the nose. Let the breastbone lift up, spread the center of the chest. And you just want to let go. Sometimes there are quite some sensations on the inside of your groins and the inner thighs. And we don't have many positions in daily life where we're sitting like that. So let that just open up. And then release, help with your hands to bring your legs together. And then let's go on the stomach. Have your hands under your forehead. Before you go down, look at my feet. No turn out of the feet. Get the feet that all the 10 toes are touching the floor like that. And then forehead down. Imagine somebody's lifting your leg and pulling it away from the trunk. Do that with both sides. So you're making yourself long. Then keeping the pelvis in the front leveled on the floor, and see if you can lift the leg up without shifting too much on the other side. And then bring it back down. And then left leg up. Tummy, go a little bit lower with your leg and rather extend your leg. Really like stretch the leg long. Yeah, that you're not bending it to lift it higher. And bring it back down. And again, right leg up, stomach into the spine, down, left leg up, and bring it back down. Now both legs up, keep reaching them. It's not about how high you bring them. It's about how long can you keep the legs reaching away. Open the legs as wide as your mat, a little bit wider, and then bring them back together. Lengthen and open the legs. Stomach deepens, bring them back together. And go open and stomach in and close. 2 more, open and bring it in. 1 more time, open and bring it in. Lengthen the legs on the floor. Bring your hands now under next to the shoulders. If your back is tender, bring your hands a little bit more forward. Otherwise, keep them somewhere like aligned with the shoulders or a little bit in front. Shoulder joints go up to the ceiling. Stomach pulls in, long legs, and then you press with your hands down and back like a coiling action. And it's not about how high you come, it's about how much can you keep the shoulders away from the ears, engage shoulder blades, and move your spine forward and away from the legs. And then pull your hands back without moving them and move your spine back forward. I want you to bring attention to your feet, please. When you're coming forward into a cobra position, are they turning out? Can you keep them parallel? So go only as far as your feet can stay parallel, please. And let's repeat that. Inhale. On an exhalation, shoulders up, pull the floor back towards your feet and move your spine forward. See where your neck is, that you're not leading with your neck, but that your neck is leveled with your spine. And then pull your hands back and then bring it back and down. There should be sensations on the shoulders, on the upper back, not so much on the lower back. If you have sensations on the lower back, back off a little bit, bring your hands under your forehead and then rock your hips from side to side. For everybody else, repeat. On an exhalation, roll your shoulders back, move your spine forward. And bring it back down. Gentle backs will do the next exercise like this. So when you felt your back in the cobra, you keep the hands down, you pull your stomach in and you're gonna kick like that. And the idea is here to kick that you're feeling your buttocks and the hamstring. So it's like it's not a floppy foot position like that. It's an engagement from the hamstring and the glute. For everybody else, come on your forearms like that. Keep the abs engaged and pull with your arms again back towards the hips without moving them. So it looks like that. So here I'm not doing much. I'm hanging in my shoulders. And now I'm going to press down and back to move my spine forward. Yeah, and I keep that. So while I'm pulsing, I'm not letting go here. I keep pressurizing. Let's start like that. Stomach deepens. Pulse, 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 pulse. Continue. Gentle backs are doing it here. Just a reminder, everybody else is engaged in here. And last set, and then release. Push yourself back. Child's pose. Stomach pulls in. And then lengthen the arms, stretch your spine fully. And release. For the next exercise, you can either take a band or you can take weights. Yeah. If you take a band, put the band over your knees. And if you have weights, you're going to take weights. So Tommy, you can put it already over your knees. And if you don't have weights, don't then it's fine too. Then you don't need to, I'm gonna show two versions. So one is with the band like this, right? And the weights version is I have like one or two weights. I hold them in the hand. First of all, I just gonna show it from this side. You align yourself with the back of your mat. You can face me, obviously, but just that you see it. So the arm is here. The hips are on the back of the mat. And you're gonna have the weights like this. And it's just about that the weights are resting on your thigh and I'm holding with the arm that they don't fall. So I'm not holding with my arm the weights. I'm just like pressing it down so that they don't roll from the thigh. So come down to lying. Have your weights or your band. And if you don't have anything, that's fine too. Then you don't use anything. The idea here is to keep the waist from the bottom up. The lower stomach, the zipper is still in, and to keep the hips and the knees, so knees of course, but the hips squared. So if the hips are not squared, then the knees are not going to squared. So if you don't feel it, check sometimes your knees and see if your knees are in line, and you know if your hips are in line. All right, keep the abs engaged, keep the waistline lifted, and we go 1 and lower, 2 and lower. Stomach deepens in. We don't change anything. We breathe through the nose. We keep the engagement. Keep a 90-degree angle. So you see, like this is a 90-degree angle. So don't be here yet. Keep it there. And 2, last one. Hold it. Move your thigh a little bit away. Check that the pelvis is still on top of the other pelvis. And again, up and lower. The knee is always the highest point. The foot and the calf is relaxed. And up. And up. And we go 2 more. And last one. Stretch your leg long. Flex your foot. Stomach in and go up. And up. 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 And up. Bend the knee. Bend leg. Bring your knee towards your chest. Keep the hips on top of each other. Circle. And move it back. And we go. Second time. Keep the waist elevated. And third. And 4. Last one. 5. Reverse and go back and forward. Back and forward. 2 more. 1 more time. Bring your leg down. Bring your weights down if you have some. Otherwise, just come up on your forearm like that and move your legs a little bit on an angle. Now, from here, take the hand on the hip that you feel that the hips are aligned. Stretch the top leg out like that and lift your hips up. Check if your shoulder, if you're rotating in, keep the shoulder back. Keep the lift here. Keep pressing on the forearm to lift yourself away from the floor and just hold it like that. Feel it for a moment. This top leg is straight, honey. And then bring it down. And again, press into the forearm, shoulder away from the ear. Lift up the waist and the hip. Hold it. And now lift the top leg and hold it. Otherwise, keep it down if this is still too hard, and keep it down on the floor. Otherwise, hold it. Bring the leg down and bring it down. And we go, third time. If it's hurting you, just stay here and focus on pressing down and just be here without lifting the hip up, but that you get those muscles to work in for you, the shoulder blades and the sides. And just hold it here. Otherwise, come up and lift the leg up right away. And push and keep engaging, no matter if you're up with the waist or with the hips or not, keep engaging. Leg down and bring it back and down. Okay, let's go over to the other side. Lie down, align yourself with your mat. Bring your weights on the side of the thigh. If you have stomach in, waistline up, and we go up. and 2. Stomach in, and 3. Christelle, watch out, your hips are moving a lot, so that you're not moving out, like really like make it controlled. Yeah, and the knees are really in a 90-degree angle. So not on an angle here, like 90-degree with your torso. Yes. Stomach in and up, waistline in and up. Watch out that when you have the weights, hold it there, that your shoulder doesn't move back and that you start twisting. Keep the shoulders still in line with each other. And we go a little bit on an angle. So right now the knee is facing towards the bottom foot. It's not anymore over the knee. Abs in, long torso. Check in also that your waist is elevated. So the bottom waist is lifted. Even if it doesn't lift from the floor, you're engaging it. Come up and down. It's not front and back. It's up and down, up and down. And now stretch your leg long. And it's still up and down. Up and down. Stomach in, waistline up from the floor. Last 2. Bend the knee and you circle it out. In the circle, it's the hardest to keep the hips still. So really check in if you can keep the muscles engaged. Stomach deepens in and you're circling. Last one, reverse. Stomach deepens in and up and go circle, lift the knee up. 2 more. And bring it back and down. Put the weights away if you have some. Come on your forearm. And then move both knees a little bit away. Stretch the top leg out. Keep the hips leveled to each other, hand on the hip. Now, at least one time, try to get up. So from the forearm, lift your hips. Get the shoulder to move back. And then hold up so that the waist learns to work, that the shoulder blades learns to work, and then bring the leg back down. And again, firm the forearm, lift your breastbone up, lift up, and lift the leg up. If this is too much, keep the leg down. First, stabilize and learn to stabilize. And then bring the leg down, bring the hip down. One more time, either here engaging or you lift the hips up, lift the leg up, roll your shoulder back, hold it here. And bring the leg down and bring it down. All right, and then from here, come on hands and knees again. Hands under the shoulders, knees under hips, waist is lifted. You extend your right leg back. Watch out that you don't lift the hip up. So keep the hips level and extend your left leg forward. If your band is very tight, take it off if you have a band on. If you can lift it, then keep it on, stomach in, and bring it back and down. Other side, left leg goes back, right arm goes forward. Pressurize the hand, pull your stomach muscles in, and then just see how stable are you in this position. This is a very important position for the health of your back, and bring it down. And for everything, it's basically, we're working the diagonal muscles, the paraspinal muscles along the spine as well. So there's a lot of working here, the hips, the back muscles, the tricep is working, shoulder engagement, and switch. So if this is a little bit wobbly on one side, on both sides, it's worth training those muscles for you. Abs to the spine. Last switch, right leg, left arm. And left leg, right arm. And bring it back and down. Stretch your back up, open the knees, stomach deepens. And reach back. All right, we're gonna go into a bridge pose. Come on your back. Roll your shoulders. Take the bands off. If you have bands, you can take them off now. And then from the buttock, lift your hips up. From here, we're gonna, in a moment, do the marching like that. The idea is to keep the pelvis from moving around with us. So the pelvis is elevated and we marching, stomach to the spine, like that. Nothing under your head on this one. Keep the head flat on the floor because otherwise it's too much pressure for the neck. And you finish on your second side. So when you started with your right, you finish on the left, and then you lengthen the spine away from the chest. We're going to repeat that. And we're going to do 5 sets on each side. Firm the buttocks, stomach and lift up, and we go right and left, stomach in, right and left. Third time, right, stomach deepens, hips are lifted. 4 and 5. Hold it, relift the hips, pull your stomach muscles in and lengthen the hips away from the torso. Bend one leg in, bend the other leg in, grab behind your knees, keep the legs open and pull them towards you. Watch out that the pelvis doesn't fly up, keep the pelvis down. Nose breathing, and then rock from side to side a little bit with your body. So if there's any tenderness after the last exercise, that you can roll it out a little bit. Okay, we're going to come and work on a chair before we come to sitting on the chair. Pull the chair towards your mat and put it on your mat with all the, that it can't slide, so secure it. If you don't have a mat, then make sure that that your chair is against something, against the wall, against the sofa, so that it's not sliding. Yeah, and let's go into plank position on the chair. Hold the sides of the chair for a moment. Chest forward, look forward. I'm waiting until everybody's in space. And then step your right foot forward. Keep a 90-degree angle, go on your fingertips. Now, Christelle, watch out, either your foot, because I can't see it, either your foot is so far back, but we are not with the torso here, we are with the torso a little bit more elevated. Yes. Now press strongly into the right foot. And now try out your balance. Bring your right hand on the thigh, press the thigh down. If that comes good, bring the left hand also, stomach to the spine, and lift the spine up like that. Then if that comes good, let the arms go to the side. Reach the arms to the side. And rotate the arms and reach your arms up. Press your feet into the floor, look up to the ceiling. Bring your arms back to the side, down, lengthen forward, bring your hands on the chair, step your right leg back, step your left foot forward. Go on your fingertips, press your left thigh down. Left hand on the thigh, right hand on the thigh. If the balance is not there, keep the hands down. Lift your spine up, shoulders down. If that comes good, reach the arms down. Reach the arms to the side, rotate the arms and reach your arms up. Press into the feet, inhale, lift your spine up and look up. Bring your arms back to the sides, lengthen forward with the torso, hands on the chair, step back, open your feet, down dog. And then walk forward to the chair, open your feet, sit on the edge. Go in between, stretch forward. Walk in between, arms are in between the legs, and you stretch forward. To come back up, you bring your hands next to where your feet are. Bring your hands on the thigh. Press your thigh down, lift your spine forward and grow tall and come up. All right, we reached our breathing portion. So we can face each other. I invite you to join the breathing because it's a very simple method. Maybe some would say it's a boring method, but it's a very simple method also. And what it does, it reduces it actually increases the oxygen in your blood, which is good. And it slows down your breathing. It calms down your breathing. And if you're very stressed or you have a stressful situation, it's a great, easy breathing technique how to calm yourself down. So we're gonna have a recording which I'm gonna share with you, where I'm gonna do it with you. And I'm inviting you to do it. It's 8 minutes or 7 minutes. And after that, it's 5 minutes of Shavasana. It's to lie in quietness and allow yourself to lie in quietness. Have like something which you can put on your eyes, take your glasses off if you wear glasses, put your legs on top of a chair to settle down your back. Because when do we allow ourselves to really like rest? And sometimes our mind is restless, but then just bring your attention back to the diaphragmatic breathing. So it's going to be 13 minutes from now, and I'm going to switch on the recording in a second. And if you're cold, take a sweater, put everything already there, what you need. Okay. And I'm gonna switch on the recording now. Let's see. All right. So you're gonna hear some nice waves. Are you hearing the waves? Yes? Good. So here we're gonna do the nose breathing, where you, after every second breath, you're gonna, on an exhalation, after the exhalation, pinch your nose, hold it that you don't breathe in again for 3 seconds, then you let go, and then you inhale again. So let me show it one time. My finger is gonna go up when I inhale and down when I exhale. And you keep always 2 breaths in between the breath holds. So let's begin. You can keep your eyes open or closed. If you're new to it, you can keep them open that you can see me. Make sure your tongue is resting off the roof of your mouth, that your lips are gently on top of each other, and that you're breathing through the nose and inside the diaphragmatic area. Sit on the edge of the chair. Keep your head elevated, like it's you're growing up to the ceiling.
We will now move on to the 5 minutes of silence, our Shavasana. You know that the meditation is finished when you hear the final 3 gongs. Bend one leg at a time, placing your feet on the ground. Roll gently to one side and keep your legs bent. Use your blanket or your bottom arm as your pillow. Stay here for a moment. Use your top arm and press yourself up to a comfortable seating position. Stay seated. Let's bring now our hands to the chest in a prayer position. Keep your shoulders relaxed and rolled back, gently pulled away from your ears. Your chest lifted towards your prayer. Breathe quietly and slowly through your nose. My soul recognizes your soul. I honor the light, love, beauty, truth, kindness within you, because it's also within me. In sharing these things, there's no distance and no difference between us. We are the same. We are one. Namaste.
Namaste.
Kundalini.